Come on in, come on in, come on in. All geeks are welcome in this space. Let's learn together and seek his face. I'm Lem Filia, aka Bad Gamer Elite. That over there is I Am Balmer, aka Alex Baum, and this is Faith in Film, the podcast where we meet at the crossroads of our geeky film passions and our faith, and we see what's left on the cutting room floor. Alex, we kind of talk. We have a pre-show, so if you guys ever want to see the pre-show, you've got to hit us up on Twitch, twitch.tv/GodGamesAndGeekery. You gotta do it. All right.
It's so fun. I mean,
yeah,
we get so off the walls. It's fun. It's a great place to be.
Oh man, but Alex, what are we doing?
We are doing a special Christmas special.
Wait, what? Say again.
A special Christmas special. I wish I had a whiteboard. I would do the sentence diagramming.
Okay, yeah.
Like we had to do back in elementary school, but so at the end special, it's a special Faith and Film episode.
Okay.
About the previous Christmas special is the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
Okay.
And then going back to the previous one, special Christmas, is for this time of year.
Oh,
it's Christmas time, but not just a normal everyday or every year Christmas. We want it to be a special Christmas.
Got it. Okay, I like it. And you guys, you gotta know, this is the time where I am getting prepared. I am getting prepared for a what would we call it? It's a weekend youth ministry tour. For lack of a
description of it, yeah.
Yeah, for lack of a better term, it is a tour that'll be going on with Quake.
Yeah, so you go to, there's 5 to 8 states or something, cities, whatever. But you go with a whole bunch of other people that you work with.
Yeah.
To these different places, have dozens to hundreds of kids, families, youth programs that come together and for a weekend at a time, and you go over lots of cool stuff there.
Oh yeah.
Helping build up these students.
Yeah, and our first one is in excuse me, I'm so sorry. Our first one is in Cincinnati, which is coming up. Dude, we'll have New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and then pretty much on the road.
So we need to get 3 or 4 more of these in.
I will literally record these from the road rather than rush them.
Fair.
Yeah. And honestly, we leave out most of the time. We'll leave out on Thursday. So if we needed to record episodes, we still probably could.
Okay.
And I mean, theoretically, there's one location that we could record a live podcast.
Yes.
And I need to think about whether I change my workshop just for that one, where we do it live with just the students. Okay, I need to workshop that.
Yep.
Students, if you're listening, Wisconsin Dells, let us know if you're in. Because
show up and be there.
Yeah.
Find a way to sign up, get there.
Quake.
Have a ton of fun.
Quake events with an S Go check it out. QuakeEvents.com. All right. So, did we even talk about what movie we're doing?
I did mention it.
Okay.
In, like the explanation of a special Christmas special. I love that so much. So yes, this is an impromptu Faith and Film episode, a special one. We're watching the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
Why does it tickle me so much?
I'm gonna pee my pants.
Oh my gosh. All right, Alex. I'm going to let you start off because I just have a couple things.
Yeah. All right. So, right away at the beginning. Let's start at the beginning.
Very good place to start.
And when you get to the end, stop. Squirrel. So at the beginning, there's an animated kind of segment looking back at Peter's not childhood but young time. I think he's pretty new to the space life, and he is with Sean Gunn's character,
Kraglin.
Yeah. And they're exchanging gifts, and then Yondu, so the kind of father figure, comes in and just starts insulting them about giving gifts.
Yeah.
Because they're in space, so Christmas means nothing to them. It does to Peter because he came from Earth. So he's trying to explain of it. It's a normal thing. You give gifts to each other. Yondu's like, a Ravager gets what he works for.
Yeah. Yeah.
No handouts. In the cold rigors of space, it'll get you killed. Like Peter's trying to say in there that it's a token of appreciation.
Yes.
And Yondu's like, no, that makes you weak. You're gonna die. Bad idea.
Mm.
And that, I kind of saw two dichotomies in there. I'm huge on the dichotomies.
Yeah.
But like strength and weakness of, one person sees as a weakness could be a strength.
Yeah.
And I have a cool verse that I found for that.
Yeah. Hit us up.
All right. So 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 10. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weaknesses, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, in difficulties. For when I am weak, then I am strong. And, that fits so well with my, internal reaction to that going back and forth that Peter and Yondu had. I know that I have a hard time a lot of times accepting gifts, accepting praise or recognition.
I was gonna say compliments.
Yeah.
For you, I know that's definitely a thing.
I always try to. I've been a leader for so long, and with a group of people that I just try to keep together. But it's their efforts that makes the magic happen, so to say. And I always want to pass on that praise to the people who deserve it. Yet it's hard to remember a lot that I deserve it too.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you do.
And Yondu and Peter and Craiglin deserve to have a good Christmas too, and show appreciation for each other.
Yep.
But
That doesn't that.
yeah.
I know there are folks out there that might have those dads like Yondu or those parents like Yondu, where nope, there are no handouts, nope, no Christmas gifts, no. And it's super hard for them to understand that a gift is not a handout. A gift is, I care about you and I want to show you how much I appreciate you.
Yes.
And that gift, like salvation, right? There are a lot of people that believe that, oh, I'm too bad, or I've done this.
Yeah, like undeserving.
Right. Undeserving. And last year at Quake, we actually had a verse that popped up that talked about how nothing can separate you from the love of God. Nothing.
Okay.
And people believe that their nothing is so much of a something. Because when you say nothing, like nothing, but this could. No, nothing. That's nothing. No, it can. Okay, but just yesterday, knowing that already, just yesterday I did this. Nothing can separate you from the love of God because he gave it to you as a gift.
Yes.
So yeah, dig it. Dig it.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. I was, and I'm sure you're going to get to this, but that was that beginning animated looking thing, because a lot of old Christmas Christmas specials were animated. I think that's why they started that way.
Oh yeah.
They that was a bit of a downer for me. I thought, man, Guardians of the Galaxy, I know they had some downer pieces, but I didn't think it was going to start that way. Well, they redeemed themselves.
Yeah.
They had an opening song that I found so funny. It was so good. Because
was it the credits song, or was it the one that the band played?
The band played.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
The one that the band played to start. There were so many things wrong in their song. All right, so the basis is they're aliens and they learned about Christmas third hand and a paw. Or two. All right.
Kind of like 7 degrees separated.
Yes.
Kevin Bacon.
Yes.
Oh my God.
They did it.
Sorry, spoilers.
But the song got so much wrong, and this is like even thinking about the commercial version of Christmas, right? As they sang a lot about Santa, they sang a lot about gifts and stuff like that, and they got so much wrong and so badly. Like it was a great song.
The things were like close. Like I kind of see how you got that, but no.
Yeah, like Santa will shoot missiles at your toes. Not. Oh, I see where you are. They did have. They did say that Earthlings are kind of weird. And like, yeah, okay, that's spot on. That's spot on. But I think that even when we are looking at Christmas, we see traditions from other cultures wrapped up into Christmas. Even early Christmas, as far as even in our country, right? Let alone Europe, but in our young country, lots of traditions that are from different belief systems. They're all wrapped up in that celebration. Yes. But I think the heart of that song, specifically if you listen to the medley, even if you took the words out of it, but you listen to the melody and the beat, and it was joy. There was some happiness. There was laughter. There was celebration. So the heart of that song was Christmas. Just like the heart of what we should be celebrating is the birth of Jesus. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with giving presents. I absolutely love decorating sugar cookies with my family. I love eating the sugar cookies with my family in moderation. I don't like going out in the snow. I don't. But that's not the heart of why I celebrate Christmas. Just like while they got it all very wrong in the song, but the heart of it was joy, togetherness, excitement.
Exactly. And yeah, you it hit one of my points absolutely on the head. Of things change over time and stories change over time. And it reminded me not only of like how we celebrate Christmas and the cultural impact of Christmas, it also reminded me of how like different translations of the Bible and interpretations they change over time. And it it makes you wonder of what has changed that I don't understand, and has, with good intentions in mind, but it's gotten separated, 7 or 8 different ways from the original Kevin Bacon to what it says now, and it's totally different.
Yes. Like, yeah, I mean, even because of how many hands it had to go through to get to the band, right?
Yes. Yep.
How many? So, and that's where some clarity comes in. That's where you go to the people that know. Like, if you're curious about, hey, that was documented thousands of years ago. How do we know that's right? Well, there are people that have studied to know whether it's right. Now, granted, they are human. So I think that for me, it's a matter of go seek those things out and then have your discussions with God about it.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that like the words might be imperfect, but that direct connection, that through prayer and meditation, whatnot, that direct connection with God is where it's at.
Yes, absolutely. All right. What you got, Alex? We're kind of going back to the old format where we were doing different points. But it's the special.
Yes. Wait, the special Christmas special Christmas special.
Yes.
Which not a great, there's no point attached to this. I just like the name, and I'm curious how many takes it took for Chris Pratt to say this character's name right. I think he was the band leader, but it was Bizzer Mikatakalock.
Yes.
And like when Peter said it, like it just flowed out so well. I was like,
Yeah.
dang, well done.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I think it probably took him a while. And he might have even like Chris Pratt could probably even like, all right, who is this character? Why are they important? Why why do they have the name that they do? Right? He's looking deeper into who it is. And
honest,
yeah.
I could see just knowing Chris Pratt
Yeah.
and like improv, I could see him just making the name up and then like James Gunn going with, all right, that's that guy's
That's
name now.
So he named him. He wrote it. That's what it is.
That's my headcanon now. It was 100% an improv. And,
But if it was written, he probably did have to practice. He probably did say it several times, and he had to remember it. Even if he made it up, he had to remember exactly how he said it because they did that all in one take. Even if they did that, what they kept was the first take of it. He had to do it several times.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes he probably got it exactly spot on. Other times he probably got it wrong. But he kept practicing, kept going through it. And I think that's kind of where we are with our faith. We are consistently trying to do. I know what Yoda says, but let's be honest. To do, you have to try. Right? You have to put the effort in to do.
Yes.
You may not do the final thing that you wanted to do, but you did do the step right before it or a few steps before it, as long as you are trying. And I think we have to continue to do that. We have to continue to see, what does God have in store for me? I don't know. Right? And we have to continue to do we have to do what we're called to do.
Yes.
And the only way you can do that is be in constant conversation with God.
That's right. And so Mantis and Drax go on a mission because they believe that Yondu ruined Christmas for Peter. And Mantis and Drax are like, we want to unruin Christmas, so we're going to give him the best gift ever, like his hero, Kevin Bacon.
We're going to give him Kevin Bacon. That's fantastic.
And so they fly to Earth. They go to, pretty sure it's Hollywood, LA.
Yeah,
whatever.
it was
I don't know.
Hollywood.
I haven't been that far out.
Yeah, it's Hollywood. They parked by the Hollywood sign.
Okay. And they're getting lost, trying to find him.
Yeah.
They and then at one point, like, the two of them are there sitting on the side on the curb, and Mantis is like, I can't believe not a single one of our new homies know where Kevin Bacon is. And like, she's just lamenting out loud to Drax. And then, camera shifts over to the right a bit, and there's a lady. It's like, oh, you want to know where Kevin Bacon is? Here's a map. And so going back to prayer, being in that habit, the constant practice of having a conversation with God. If Mantis was just internalizing that of like, in her mind, the
distraught statement. Yeah.
Yeah. If she just keeps it inside, then that like the person that's selling the maps isn't going to hear it and offer a literal map to find what they're looking for.
Yep. Absolutely.
And yeah, we need to do that.
Just
We need to ask.
Yeah, gotta ask. As just a statement, they were walking around by the Mann's Chinese Theater, and people thought they were like characters to take photos with, and Drax turned around and saw this one character, and he lunged at him, and man just says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. GoBots killed his cousin." I have no point. I just thought it was hilarious.
So I found out that like GoBots was a competitor and like a knockoff basically of Transformers.
Yes.
I didn't know Transformers was like a Marvel thing.
Yeah, GoBot. I mean, Transformers is and G.I. Joe are technically associated with Marvel.
The day I learned. Yeah, that was like the GoBots. So a non-Marvel thing now becoming part of the MCU.
Yeah.
My other favorite entity that became kind of a 2-in-1 entity that became part of MCU is Batman.
Oh yeah.
And Bruce Wayne. But
yeah. Oh, that was so good. But did he ever play Bat? I didn't think he played Batman.
Kevin Bacon?
Yeah.
No, not as far as I know. And
Yeah.
maybe
Was he called
voice once, but I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe he was on the docket to try. They wanted him to play Batman.
I thought he was just like picking out who he like the first person that
came to mind as a hero. Yeah. Oh, because as an actor, you really you couldn't say, "Oh, I'm going to act." Like you want to choose a fictional character, so you couldn't choose Steve Rogers. Because that's not a fictional character in that world.
Fair. And I guess at first, like his first thought of hero was like the British soldier in World War II.
Yeah.
And then it went to Batman, and then I think to something
because
else.
it's not a real person, because they were trying not to be a real person. So that's why he couldn't be Captain America, because he tried to be, where Captain America was. I don't know. We don't do lore too much here. No, yeah. I don't think he played Kevin Bacon. I don't think Kevin played Bacon.
Kevin Connor. Right? Wasn't it Kevin Connor that did the voice of animated Batman Forever?
No.
Connor,
Kevin.
right?
Was it Kevin Connor? I thought it was a different last name.
Conroy.
What's that?
Conroy.
Yes, there you go. Conroy. I was like, it's not Connor. And because I'm old, I can't think of the name now that you put Connor in my head.
I'm like, my instinct right now is to try to do a 7 degrees. Is it 6 degrees? 7 degrees of
7
separation?
degrees. 7 degrees to Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. But that's not.
That's not. Because we have just a couple more minutes, because it is a Christmas special. A special Christmas special. Shut up.
Yes. And we're almost going to be talking for like longer than the actual special was. All right. So my last, I'm just double checking. So I did have a verse for the ask. Ask and you shall receive is how it's in my notes.
Yeah.
So Romans chapter 8, verses 26 and 27. In the same way, the Spirit helps us in our weakness. We do not know what we ought to pray for, but the Spirit himself intercedes for us through wordless groans. And he who searches our hearts knows the mind of the Spirit, because the Spirit intercedes for God's people in accordance with the will of God. And those two verses, another like little passage that I honestly don't know if I've heard before, and it fits so well of like we don't quite know what we want or what we need, and just like Mantis didn't know quite what the right gift was to give to Peter, but and finds a very wrong way of doing it, of kidnapping a human and trying to gift a human. Like, that's not a thing.
Yeah.
But the Spirit was there that she wanted to save Christmas for Peter.
Yeah.
And that keeping that like the good intentions in mind is kind of my last point. So there's a little bit of back and forth between Mantis and Drax. Mantis is like, do you love Peter and want to save Christmas, or do you want a little funny man? And Drax thinks about it. A little funny man? No. So, like, sometimes a short-term interest, like a little Santa figurine from outside, was the novel thing for Drax there. That he just got that new present and left it behind, that he wanted to get it. And, for him in that moment, it took over the long-term goal, which ultimately was to save Christmas for Peter. And he was staying true to himself of, like, giving the answer that he thought of in the moment. But we need to remember that ultimate goal. And one more verse here. Well, 4 verses, because I can't math. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verses 24 through 27. Do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize. That kind of fits your do or do not thing from earlier. Verse 25. Everyone who competes in the games goes into strict training. They do it to get a crown that will not last, but we do it to get a crown that will last forever. Therefore, I do not run like someone running aimlessly. I do not fight like a boxer beating the air. No, I strike a blow to my body and make it my slave, so that after I have preached to others, I myself will not be disqualified for the prize. And that hits so well.
Yeah.
No pun intended there. Hits so well of like, keep that end goal in mind. And like it's about spending time with our families and sharing gifts and fellowship and memories, but also we have a better future ahead of us. And that is that crown that will last forever.
I like it. Alex, there's one thing that kind of hit me like a ton of bricks today with when I watched the movie. there's one line that it's definitely a comedy line, but I think it might resonate with some folks that's listening as well. They were trying to get Kevin Bacon, who was trying to get to be the hero, right?
Yes.
And so they went through Batman, they went through the World War II hero, they went through a couple of things, and then Mantis just gets so frustrated. And then I heard, when she said this, I heard my voice in my head saying this to me. Slightly. It's different. Because she says to Kevin Bacon, be Kevin Bacon as if you did not suck.
Yes.
And in my head, I hear it all the time. Be Lem like you didn't suck. And I'm like, oh. And so I get down on myself in certain situations. I get down on myself when I fail my friends, when I disappoint my coworkers, when I am not the dad or the husband that I want to be. I hear, you should be you as if you didn't suck. But then the other part of me that is like, okay, you're not wrong, Mean Lem, but we need to think about it this way. Not as if you don't suck, but as if Jesus loves you anyway. Let's live up to that potential. Let's live like Jesus. As much as I am a horrible human, I need to remember that Jesus loves me anyway. Through him, I can be enough. I just need to make sure I am living up to what he wants in my life. So that would also translate to be Lem as if you didn't suck. But depending on who's looking at it. So I understand the sentiment.
So in my mind, in similar situations, my brain voice is like, also be Lem if he didn't suck. I'm kidding. It's the head voice is like, hey, be Bomber. Like Bomber is the best version of me. That, that's my self name.
Yeah.
But it's be you. Period. The implication there is like you're kind of sucking right now. So be you.
Oh.
Be that best version of you.
Whew. All right.
Yeah.
I might be
That's
done
good.
with the emotional stuff right now. Alex, this was great. This was a good idea. At first I didn't want to do it, but you talked me into it.
Yes.
You talked me
And
into it.
thank you for going along with it. I know it is a crazy busy time of year for you.
Yes, it is. Hey, if you're going to be at Quake, make sure you let me know that you've listened to this episode. Anybody that comes, I'll tell you what. If you show up at Quake and you say,
The Crossroads score?
oh, you say the Crossroads score
From this
from
movie, or
this
could it be...
specific episode, I might try to get you a PC game code. I'll see what I can do. Depends on how many of you guys are at Quake, and you tell me that.
I'm going to commit to it that every person who comes up to you and tells you the correct answer is going to get something. Like I will find a way to.
You'll do
make it
something?
happen.
Okay. Yeah, I think
I'll
we can,
work with you to. Yeah.
yeah, we'll work it out. We'll work it out. Anybody, if you are at Quake and you come up to me with this Crossroads score, we'll make it work. We'll make it work.
Or you get something cool and special, and we get something cool and special
Yeah.
because then I know that people are listening.
Yeah.
So so I should probably give the Crossroads score, huh?
Yes, you should give the Crossroads score. I'm going to write it down.
All right. So, I couldn't come up with anything exact from the movie, but from Christmas, some Christmas related things that equal this score. I think it's the number of times since Thanksgiving that my son already has asked if it's Christmas yet. Coincidentally, it's also how many peanut butter cookies I eat like every Christmas morning.
What's the
And
answer?
I was gonna say also it's like, how many toys that my kid has asked for, but that one is way out there. So the score is 42.
Of course it is. Of course it is. I actually started writing 42 before you said it. I was like, nah, he's not gonna do that.
How could I not?
Yep. Oh, of course he is. All right, you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And remember, you can watch our live stream as we do this on Twitch, twitch.tv/GodGamesAndGeekery. Spell out the and. Good God Games and Geekery on Twitch. And then you'll be, what will happen is, because we stop recording and then we talk to the chat, and you can be part of that conversation. So, I mean, not stop recording, but we edit that part out for the podcast. You can also join us on Discord, and you're like, well, I can't get to my Discord now. It's far away. Well, that's not a problem, because all you got to do is go to twitch.tv/GodGamesAndGeekery and type !Discord, and it will get you a link immediately. Even if we are offline, it will get you a link. Come join us.
Try that.
Look at that. You just did it.
I was second to it.
You were
Just like
second to do it.
I wasn't first. I didn't get to claim the first one.
Yeah, there's a
chat.
young Paul in our chat who tends to be really quick on things. But hey, thank you for listening. Remember, Jesus loves you. So do I. So does that guy. And always, always, always leave people better than you found them. Cut!